Hi, welcome to another video from Tudata. My name is Chris van der Zwaan, and in today's video we're going to discuss dynamics and the usage analysis of dynamics. This is quite a topic in the market because it's not as straightforward as the Microsoft 365 or your visual or project licenses. It's a bit more complicated how to analyze the usage of your dynamics stack. But we're going to deep dive on it in this video and see how and which exports you need and how you're then in the end are be able to analyze your usage data and then also the next steps how you could optimize further your dynamics licenses with defining personas. So let's jump into it. So as always, we start with the standard software asset management principles in how you want to navigate and do cost optimization. So we start with data collection, right? Because we want to have the data on how you currently use and what you have installed from the current product. Then we will analyze that data. And then the third step is we look to the 3 to 5 year outlook, how you're going to use the technology on the different personas. From that, we bring that together and we optimize with the most cost-effective licensing estate. Then we negotiate with the vendor, and then after that, you do software asset management and you manage the licenses going forward so that you keep them optimized. So to start with the data collection, we're going to zoom into the laptop and the data analysis. So we're going to look at the Microsoft 365 environment. Where do we need to look and which data exports we need to define? What I said, collecting data from M365 or Dynamics, is not that straightforward as Microsoft 365. The usage reports are a little bit more complicated, more data heavy. So you need, they don't provide the out-of-the-box results, so to speak. So you need to do a bit of Excel and Power BI skills to be able to come to these results. And you need to combine different data sets and quite enormous CPU power to be able to do this and to be able to crunch that data. Now we're going to. First of all, it's important that and to know that Microsoft stores the audit log data in the Microsoft 365 and Dynamics environment, and that's what we want to enable at first. So, because if that's not enabled, you are also not able to analyze the last login dates from the different users. So, where do you find that? So, first of all, you go to start or stop auditing for an organization. The task requires a system admin to do so. You go to your Office 365 tenant and admin center, settings and administration. Then you choose system settings, and on the auditing tab, select start auditing checkbox to start the auditing. Clear the start checkbox and stop. If you want to stop it, then you clear and say stop all auditing things. You can then also define the entities you want to track to start to stop the auditing specific entities in Dynamics. So you do audit user access that tracks when a user's accessed customer engagement, including the username and time. Common entities, right? So you're not only able to zoom into the last login dates, but you are also able to see if people make extra tables so that you can define, okay, does this user need a full license or can they work with a team member license? So common entities tracks common entities like account, contact, goal, and product and user. Sales entities tracks sales-related entities like competitor opportunities, and invoice, order, and quote. And marketing entities and customer service entities. Now, then you click OK. And then 90 days later, because now it's going to start tracking, you're able to data crunch that data. For the last login date, once enabled, you can export the results. So you go to Microsoft Purview, and in the audit section, there you can set the time period, add activities, friendly name, could you search for Dynamics, and then you choose for the Dynamics for the activity app. And the second export you want to make is for the sign in or out activity. And these days, data ports are quite heavy in storage. It generates more than over 1 million rows, so you need some CPU power to be able to data crunch this. Now that we've successfully downloaded the data in CSV files, CSV exports, we need to combine different data. Microsoft is reporting, for example, the date and exact time in one column, so that makes it hard for us to filter out who did logged in for the last 30, 60, or 90 days. So you want to create an extra cell and use a formula to only focus on the specific date of the last login. So you find that code, I copied and pasted on our knowledge hub, on our blog page post about the dynamics data, so that you could use that yourself. And use that string code. If you're not able to, if you want to do it yourself, and you have the right skill set for Excel, you can do it. And otherwise, Copilot could help you with it, because it did for me as well. And the second step is that this will give you the exact date. So let's say that the 14th of November 2024 instead of 24/11. 14 and then time 17:53, etc. So now we can filter on the dates, and the next step is to show only the last login date, because what Microsoft is doing with the audit logs, you have multiple rows per user per account, and the number of logins he or she did. So you will also want to focus on only the last login date. And therefore we use a second coding where we filter and look for the cell in the dates compared and find only the uniques compared to the account name, and display the last login date. Also there, the code you find on our knowledge hub, and you can input into a new column, so that you now only have the results of the last login date, and now you can go to remove duplicates in Excel and only have your you've removed your duplicates and be able to filter on the last login date. So based on the last login dates, you are of course then able to optimize based on the Excel usage into your environment. So do this once a month or once a quarter, so that you keep your user base optimized. And you don't pay for licenses, then users don't exist any longer in the environment, or don't use the service at all. Then the second step is the Dynamics user profiling. We want to know, okay, I have a CFO, I have my finance department, I have first-line workers, I have all different kinds of personas working in my organization. We're going to use Dynamics directly or with a Power App. And also, this is a good point. I see that a lot of organizations, especially for first-line workers, create a simple Power App because they only need to record time or only fill in one field. Be aware that this is indirect usage of Dynamics, so you definitely also need a Dynamics use license. But also be aware that you get seeded Power App rights within that Dynamics license. So in most cases, you don't need a Power App license to create that Power App, because it's already available in your Dynamics license and comes with your Dynamics license. It has, of course, certain limitations, but we will zoom into that later. So for the user profiling, we have the team member license, we have the activity licenses, and then we have the full base licenses, and then we have attached licenses. So how do you want to navigate? So you want to know, okay, which features and functions are aligned with the different bundles Microsoft has to offer, where, for example, Microsoft Teams is a cross-platform license, right? So that's the only license would be able to go and navigate to the different apps, the for sales, supply chain, and finance. So this is a license across the whole platform with limited use rights, but you're still able to fill in data, right? You're not able to create. You have some create rights, but very limited. But there is more than only few rights. So if you only need to log time, you're more than fine to do that with a team member license. You don't need a full license. Then it could be that you need a little bit more than the team member license, and then the activity license for the F&O side of things, right? Not the CE, but F&O side comes into play, and you can have activity license per device or per user for the finance and operations. And it will give you additional rights for create and edit items related to warehousing, shipping, orders, and vendor management. And it will is able to approve all operations, what a team member license can't do. Then you have the full license. Of course, you get the full functionality, but depending on the different apps, you also have different flavors, right? Like Pro, Enterprise, or Premium, and also there the functions are changing per the different version. And there you need to know, okay, do I need the Pro, the Enterprise, or the Premium, and which persona do use the different setup. And then on top of that, it could be that one user is using multiple apps, right? Maybe you use supply chain and finance, and you use supply chain, finance, and operations, and vice versa. Therefore, you have attached licenses. So first, you have a base license, and of course, you need to use a base license with the highest price. And then the attached license, you can it's limited pricing. I think it's a fifth or sixth of the full base price. You can attach that to a specific user, so you don't have to pay the full price for those apps. Also in our Knowledge Hub, you find an overview of the different and get an idea of how a persona workbook looks like, so you are able to navigate and define the personas in your organization and only buy the technology that they're currently actually using. Thank you for watching, and as always, optimizing your Microsoft content is a complex and strategic process. You want to do this as the FinOps approach, right, on a regular basis. And especially Dynamics is a little bit more complicated, but we are here to help and to give you the right data and strategy so that you are able to optimize your Microsoft and your Dynamics stack. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to the team, reach out to myself. We're more than happy to help. And if I don't speak to you this week, maybe next, and we will come with another video. Bye-bye.